Number 3, beautiful building to the left of Flag Central, as you see there. That flag is absolutely enormous. It's almost the size of a football pitch. Women's 67, men's +80s, and all the heavyweights are coming out. And there's a little bit of frisson in the air here.
A frisson, no less.
Yes. I had one of those for breakfast.
Is that a croissant?
Well, that was it. There's the Azeri fighter, Radic Isaev, who is the current world champion. He's the current European champion. This is his opponent from the Netherlands, Jeroen Wanrooij, 34 years old. He must have been fighting when you were fighting, John.
No, even he's too young for that. But Wanrooij, he's up against it here. Radic Isaev, as we've said, the crowd does play a part, but the quality and the form that he's on here is going to be a difficult ask for the big Dutchman.
Radic Isaev from Azerbaijan, he's the current European champion, the current world champion. If there is one little bit of hope here for Wanrooij, is if you just take the last year out of it, Isaev actually hasn't really done much. But he's the man on form, and that's why he's the #1 seed. And to be honest, the Azerbaijani organisers here put this one on last. They want to go away with a win. They've actually had some wins. They've done really, really well. And they actually believe that this man is going to take a gold.
Well, let's see how he does here. He moves into the open stance straight away. Good attacking attempt from Wanrooij. Obviously the smaller of the two in red. And he's trying to use that front leg to start with to give the Azeri Isaev a little bit of difficulty. A counter on the way through. And as you said, the form favourite, the big man in blue. And it's a decent start. As we've said in Taekwondo, you have to find your distance and get yourself into the match. And I know that he had a successful opening to this competition, very impressive in the earlier round.
Yes, he had a good bout against Ali Sari Wanrooij. He looked very solid. Sari is not an easy fighter to fight against.
Great fight at the Turk.
And 28 years old as well, so it was a battle of the oldies, really. We've seen a lot of athletes under 20 doing very well here. But
what hope for us if 28 is old, Adrian?
In Taekwondo fighting terms, it is, isn't it, John? Like 30 years old is incredible. There's only Steve Lopez, Mark Lopez, who are still doing it. You know, Steve is still fighting right at the very top.
Sure.
So it is good to see. He's obviously looked after himself. He looks as fit as a fiddle there.
Yep, that's about it. Comes down to it's how well you're prepared, and as you say, the conditioning, the years of preparation. Brigitte Yagüe as well, the Spanish fighter who fell a little bit short at this one, but there's a good shot that lands in there for Isaev. Simple turning kick.
He will take a Kyungo for going down, but he'll be happy with that. So, in effect, it was just a half-point advantage for him.
Well, Wanrooij tried the back kick, fell over. And Isaev has that handy 1-point gap. Trying again here with the little hook and kick around the corner there, the twisting kick from the Azeri. But not much to shout about so far.
Interestingly, these two have not met before, so this is the first time. And
what a nice way to meet each other.
Yeah, sometimes styles can be deceptive, though, can't it? And sometimes you can come up against an opponent, I'm sure this has happened to you many times, John, who actually troubles you because of his style.
Absolutely, and that's the case here, is that sometimes you can match world-class fighters, you can be in with Olympians, world champions, and think, oh, I'm doing well. But the world champions and the best of the fighters can cope with every style. 5 and 6 matches, different styles. You can match them kick for kick on occasions. I think, well, you know, I'm nearly at that level, but they can sustain it. And that's the thing that Isaev is doing here. He's just picking off the points. And Wanrooij, well, that win against Sari, I think that could be the peak of his day. Far too early to say, but yeah, just on the judgment at the moment.
Well, off we go. End of the first round. As I said, the Azeri fighter, Isaev, hasn't done a lot. He won the European Championships last year, and he was bronze medalist at the 2013 World Championships. But really, before that, had not done a lot in his career. But I'm just looking at his record. The past 7 events he's fought in, he's taken 3 golds, a silver and 3 bronzes, and one of those golds was the World Championship. So he's absolutely bang on form, just at the right time for this event.
Absolutely, and that's what it's down to, as we see Thijs Lodeku, the coach, trying to give some advice here to Wanrooij. Peaking at the right time. We've seen it with the Azeri team. They've obviously prepared, they've prioritised this competition, and it's paying off for them at the moment.
Well, Isaev also, this is his first fight. He had a bye. World ranked #1 at the -87 kilo category. So he's
I thought that bye was one of his best performances. I thought it was flawless, no mistakes.
So he's not one of the true heavyweights in terms of the +87s in Taekwondo.
Yeah, there's almost a kind of division within a division when it comes to the heavyweights. You've got 87 up to like 100, and then when you get up to +100 kilos, you're looking at the real kind of super heavyweights.
Yeah.
I often thought that would have been a good category if they could have put that in for the Taekwondo, because sometimes you've got people that are 2 meters, 10 centimeters, 125 kilos, and you weigh 85, 88, and you know, it's a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking back at the tag team system again, aren't we? I remember we was talking about earlier that we saw in Manchester a fair few years ago. Absolutely love that.
Sure.
But yeah, the way Taekwondo is actually, it's not like boxing. Another point for Azerbaijan. And the crowd applaud it. The kids are loving it. I'm just loving seeing these kids on the front row.
It's good, isn't it?
Standing up, cheering everything. And another point. And, you know, this is not dissimilar from where we saw Mandic. You know, she was helping herself, just little simple kicks. And Isaev has decided he's not going for anything spectacular, no head kicks. He's just going to keep increasing the points.
But that's the mark of a true quality fighter, is that they can make the difficult look easy. The average fighter makes the easy look difficult. And it's the other way around with the top class fighters. It seems like a simple shot, it's a push kick. Yes, of course there's simple kicks, and I take your point, it is simplicity in terms of the technique. But the difficulty is to get into the position. And that is what separates the best from the rest, and that's why he's 6 to the good.
Well, that's really, I think that's going to demoralise Wanrooij there, because he was coming in on the attack, and the Azeri fighter in blue just literally lifted a leg up, a quick kick into the ribs, and another point while he was defending himself.
Yep, Wanrooij's got it all to do and doesn't know how to do it at the moment. As I said, that one again. Oh, there's a little
now
flick on the inside.
That will be taken off, and it will be a Kyungo.
Good refereeing from
Pedrag. Good refereeing. We've seen the odd occasion where the referee's a little bit being over keen to throw the Kyungos around, but to be honest, John, you know, and there's another one. I've got to be honest, like, I know this is your favourite topic, but I actually do believe that refereeing standards are improving quite dramatically. You know, I think in, you know, going back 3-4 years, 3 points here for the Netherlands.
Yep, good back kick there from Wanrooij. And he's pulled himself back into it. Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end of this round here, because the Dutchman has given himself a little chance here. But no, absolutely, I only like to wind the referees up just for the sake of it. But the quality of the judging is excellent. The thing is now is that the referee's in charge of the flow of the match, and the matches flow much better. So it's never been about that. The only thing that I ever take umbrage with is when I see people that are, you know, not paying attention or giving out Kyungos for the sake of it. But it's very rare now. The top class referees at the moment
are very good, yeah. I think we had one referee that was getting a bit too excitable and was giving Kyungos unnecessarily, and also was almost going towards one athlete as well. And I felt, you know, but the good system is now that I think they do have a review system. You know, the head referee is watching everything, and he'll have taken that referee out and had a sly word and just said, okay, you know, you were really a bit off here. Sort it out for next time, and that's why we've got referees as good as they are now, and it is good to see from all around the world. It's not just a select bunch of referees. You know, there'll be 30, 40 referees here that are all in rotation,
and at least 2.5 good ones. Oh, look at him.
Azerbaijan leads 7-3. That was a really important 3 points from the spinning kick, and another 3 points, another spin kick from Wanrooij, and suddenly from 7-0, this game has turned upside down. A Kyungo makes it 8.
Yep, absolutely. And it's the tactical change from Wanrooij. He's just thrown caution to the wind. He's thrown a couple of spin kicks. And that's what we said before about Isaev. He's making it look easy. He's making it simple. It's only simple when you've got your timing right, your distance right, concentration right. A couple of lapses there, and it's 8-6. That step through back kick is a good tactic against the front leg. But the man in red has to get a little bit more distance on it. He's throwing it very short. A back kick's not a long kick. If you're going to attack with it, you really need to extend through it. And the Dutchman's just a little bit reticent to do so at the moment.
Yeah. Getting towards the final minute here in this third. Azerbaijan started off like a runaway train, 7-0, and suddenly Isaev is a little bit concerned here. 2 spinning kicks completely through the Azeri defense, and Wanrooij is definitely the aggressor here. He knows he's got 1 more spin kick in him, and that would give him a match. And Isaev also knows that. He's been very, very cautious, isn't he?
That's it, and it's that caution that's causing problems for the Azeri at the moment. It's that kind of intestinal fortitude of the Dutchman. He's just pushing. He's got that desire. He's got the bit between his teeth, and he's trying to go for it. There's the step through kick. That's what I was talking about before, but it's the distance is wrong. He needs to be brave with it, put something on before it, throw the first kick to elicit the response, to leave the space. But easier said than done.
Better defense there from Isaev, as Wanrooij came in with a spinning kick again. Coach is starting to get animated. We're in the final 30 seconds. This is where things really start kicking off here.
Good step through back kick attempt, well blocked. That's the 3rd time he's tried it, and Isaev wise to it, covers with the leg, and very nicely steps back into the centre of the ring. Isaev
looks to be struggling a bit here. I don't know if he's puffing a little bit. He put in a bit of effort early on. He's trying to get the sneaky little that crescent kick over the shoulder into the head, but he's actually looks as if he's a little bit static. And Wanrooij, well, he's got a chance here. He's looked at the clock. He needs 1 big move. He's going to go for it. 4 seconds to go. He needs a big kick now. He needs a big one.
The right tactics, just the wrong application from the Dutchman, and it's a worthy win for Isaev.
The Azeri crowd. Oh, look at them in the background. It's great to see all the kids here. They are having a lovely time. The families have come out here, and Isaev is through to the semi-final.
Yep, and he's earned it. You've got to pay testament there to Wanrooij's efforts. Started off very slowly, very shakily, was 6-0 down, and then he found the technique that was going to work for him. But the problem was he had a plan B, but he needed a plan C. I know that sounds like a spurious remark to make, but the result in the books.
Isaev wins 8 points to 6, an awkward contest against a very experienced Wanrooij.
Well, Wanrooij, with that back kick, pulled himself back into it on a couple of occasions, but when you're predictable, and it's no disrespect to the Dutchman, it just allowed Isaev to boss him, to control him, and to understand what was coming next. So variety is the spice of Taekwondo, and at the moment, it's the Azeri into the semis.
Well, if Isaev actually gets through to the final, well, Wanrooij has a chance of a bronze through the repechage system.